Hello friends, continuing our series, we will now move on to the next lecture. Now we have loops in Java, the for loop, the while loop and the do while loop. So the loops in Java are used to execute a block of code repeatedly as long as the specified condition is true. It means the loops are used to execute blocks or a place of code as long as the specified condition is being true. Once a false conditions comes off, the loops will be stopped. Java provides three main types of loop: for loop, while loop and the do while loop. Let's understand them one by one. The for loop is commonly used when the number of iterations is known beforehand. It consists of three parts: initialization, condition and update. The loop runs repeatedly until the condition becomes false. This means that a for loop is used when we know the number of iterations beforehand. The loop mainly consists of three parts: the part where we initialize, the condition that we check, and updating the loop accordingly based on the conditions being met. This loop keeps on running until it finds the condition becoming false. Then we have the while loop. The while loop executes a block of code as long as its conditions remain true. The condition is checked before entering the loop, so if it is false initially, the loop body may not run at all. This means that a while loop keeps on continuing to execute itself as long as the condition remains true. Once it encounters a condition that is false, it will stop. Next we have the do while loop. The do while loop is similar to the while loop, but the condition is evaluated after executing the loop body. This guarantees that the loop will run at least once, regardless of the situation. What it means is the do while loop is very similar to the while loop, but there is a small change. In the do while loop, the condition is evaluated after executing the loop body, which means first the loop body will be executed, and upon the execution the condition will be checked. This allows us to run the loop at least once, regardless of the condition being true or false. Each loop is useful in different scenarios depending on whether the number of iterations or repetitions is known or whether the loop needs to be run at least once. Finally, we will see a code. So at first we will create a class called allLoopsExamples. This is basically a class to explain you about the loops and their syntax. Then we will write the public static void main string args, that is to run all the Java programs. This is a line that is concerned with the comments. Whenever you want to put comments in Java, you put two slashes. This line will be commented and this line does not affect the functioning of your programs, and it helps you to see the comments related to a function on a program that you have made. So I have this comment here, a for loop which runs exactly 3 times from I equal to 0 to I equal to 2. System.out.println for loop. This prints the output for loop. The loop begins for int means integer I equal to 0, which means the integer where I is starting from 0. The condition where the loop will terminate, I is less than 3. So I will keep on going until it's less than 3, and then I plus plus, which means Once the loop is executed, the value of I will increase by 1. Then we have the function, which is the output function, to put the iteration plus I, which means in the iteration we will be adding the value of I, which will keep on increasing until it reaches 0. Similarly, we have the while loop, which runs till the condition j is less than 3 is true. System.out.println slash while loop slash n while loop int j equal to 0 while j is less than 3. Keep running the loop. Brace is open. System.out.println iteration plus j, which means the value of j will keep on increasing until it is lesser than 0. Once j becomes equal to 0, I meant 3, this will keep on running till the value of j is going to be less than 3. Once the value of j comes to be equal to 3 or greater than 3, the loop will stop. We also have the increment function. This will increase the value of j after each iteration. Finally, we have the do while loop. It runs the loop body first and then checks the condition. System.out.println function slash n do while loop int k equal to 0 do the following condition, and once the condition is done, only after that we will increase the value of the k, which means the increment function. This will be used to eventually end the loop. And then we have the condition while k is less than 3. So we will perform the loop, or we will run the loop once, and only after successfully running it once we will check the condition. Thank you for watching.